Hello and welcome to the Cleantruckcheck Public Lookup training video. This video applies to the website of Cleantruckcheck.arb.ca.gov. This is the official and only website to look up vehicles and entities and their compliance status for Cleantruckcheck. So on the landing page, you will notice the third button from the right that says Lookup. There are two options here, each of which is a link. There is a link for the entities, if you want to look up by specific entity, or if you want to look up by VIN number for specific vehicles. I'm going to show both examples in this video, starting with entities. So we will click on Entity Compliance Lookup. And from there, you will see a pretty simple page. It's got an entity ID box, a box that you will fill in, and a button to click Look Up. So for this, you will need the entity ID number of the company or entity or fleet you wish to look up. They will start with an E and will be anywhere from 5 or more numbers. As the number of accounts grows, the numbers will grow. So for example, I'm going to use E10167. If you do not have this information, you can get it from the fleet's certificate. It will be on any of the vehicle certificates, as well as a fleet-wide letter of compliance, fleet-wide affirmation of compliance. So once you've entered the UEID number, the entity ID number that starts with an E, you will hit Look Up. It will then present the entity ID number again and the status. The status will either be compliant or non-compliant. As this is a fleet-wide compliance statement at the moment that you've looked this up, this does look for compliance across all vehicles that are reported within that entity's Cleantruckcheck account. So if there are any payments that are pending, any tests that are past due, or any fees that are past due, or vehicles that are out of compliance for other reasons, including carbon enforcement, the entity itself will not show as compliant. It will show as non-compliant. The only way that an entity will show compliant in this lookup is that if all vehicles reported in their Cleantruckcheck account are compliant at the moment you've looked them up. So again, this is a very simple page. It'll tell you whether that fleet is fully compliant at that moment or if it is non-compliant. So we will go back to the website here and we will click on Vehicle Compliance Lookup now and give some examples of vehicles here. Again, very straightforward. At the very top, we do need to note that if a vehicle is on a 5-day pass, that is not included in this lookup. If you'd like to verify the vehicle's 5-day pass status, you do need to scan the QR code on that vehicle's specific 5-day pass document. So this does not look that up in the system. If you're trying to verify that, please use the QR code that is on that 5-day pass. So here we will give some VIN examples and just hit the lookup button. Down here, you'll see a compliance status generated for that VIN. So in this particular example, this VIN is non-compliant. It will not tell you the reason why. The vehicle owner and the account owner will need to go into their account and determine why they are non-compliant. But as far as the public lookup, this will tell you that this VIN is non-compliant. This next VIN here, try another, is showing compliant. So that will tell you that the VIN that was entered here in the box is currently compliant at the time that you have looked this up. Now that can change for different factors, expirations of certificates, fees being due, tests being due, carbon enforcement being acted upon on this VIN number. But at the moment you have clicked the lookup button, this VIN is currently compliant. And our final example here is that the vehicle is either not currently reported or has been deactivated by the account user or vehicle owner, and there is currently no compliance information for this VIN. So again, this could be that it is not reported. It could have been deactivated in the system, but as of now, there is no compliance information for the system to determine. Again, it's a yes or a no question for the system. It's either compliant or not. And in this third situation, there is no compliance information for the system to display to you. So that particular VIN doesn't have any information to pass along. So they're either compliant VINs, non-compliant VINs, or no compliant information available for that VIN. So when using the tool, please triple check for the accuracy of the VINs you are putting in. Make sure that there are no typos, that you're not mistaking any letters or numbers for different letters or numbers. Often people will mistake O's for zeros. A VIN will never have an O. It will always have a 0. Other mistakes include S's and 5s being mistaken, I's and L's and 1s being mistaken. So please check your entries. And if there are any errors, again, feel free to make your corrections up here in the VIN and then re-look up that VIN. But for today's video, that is the end. I hope you all have a great rest of your day.